This playthrough is rated M for mature.
They say the greatest fighters are often the greatest lovers. Let Roy, the Grand Master Lovemeister, show you how it's done. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Welcome back here with another episode of Mars Warlogs. In the last episode, we finished every single side quest in the game, caught the coin killer, even though it was our fault he got to kill again in the first place, cleaned out the farms a couple of times, and helped mutants get some medicine by just quickly yoinking it and giving it back to them. Who knew it was that easy? But there is one set of side quests we haven't done yet, even though they're not required for the achievement, which I've already gotten. The last achievement in the game is the romance, or the romance missions, or whatever you want to call them. We have two available for this path. We have electrical relationship with Mary and a passionate woman with Judy. Now you obviously can't get two of them. No, this isn't like Jade Empire where you can get a threesome, near the end of the game if you play your cards right. Unfortunately, we do not get that in this game. That still surprised me that they allowed that to happen. Although I think it was done tastefully in this game, but a lot of games don't like to deal with polyamorous relationships. It's definitely a tricky situation, and usually it's not done with enough flair, or they don't make it make sense. You know what I mean? Unless you're in Japan anime or something like that, then they don't give a crap. Anyway, so these are the relationships paths. Now you do want to do one of them, mainly because you get 5,000 experience for doing it, so you at least want to do it. Mary is available on either Resistance or the Honor Guard path. Judy's only available on the Resistance path, and then on the Honor Guard path is Devotion is the relationship there. Personally, I think Mary's my favorite out of the relationships. But it's not by much. The relationship is basically a side quest, a little animatic, which isn't much different between the three girls, unfortunately. I wish they had given them all unique animatics. I mean, there are some slight differences in it, but it's not that much difference between the two. But anyway, I'm gonna send Judy away and talk to Mary and have a little tete-a-tete with her.
Roy, I can't get Innocence's last moments out of my head. I feel so guilty. But I'm sorry. I know you've got more on your mind than my feelings. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I don't care about your feelings. I want you to leave me alone.
Can you leave me alone for a minute?
Okay. Meet back up at the usual place?
Yeah, the Resistance place, which is right here.
Yeah, great. Later.
I know the reason I say that is because she's supposed to reset to wherever it is, so maybe let's talk to Mary before having her join our group.
Roy, I wanted to tell you, I'm sorry about the boy. I know that he was like an apprentice to you.
Is that the relationship we're going with? I guess so, but thanks, Mary.
Thanks, Mary. That's nice of you.
All right, well, anyway, let's ask her some questions.
I was wondering,
have you already been to Green Hope?
have you already come here to Green Hope?
No, never. I heard about it, of course. The battles here were so big. Abundance didn't want to lose the place. It was such a key part of their strength. But that's all.
Good to know it wasn't the key part. But anyway, in Chapter 2, you could ask Mary about her past, but she says maybe after some time has passed, which is basically the code for saying wait till Chapter 3 so we can do that, so let's do that now. You still don't want to tell me about yourself?
You still don't want to talk to me about your past?
I'm sorry, Roy. I promise that when it feels right, and I've had time to sort it out, I'll tell you my story.
We'll tell it right next to me, right next to like Marco and Tenacity and Judy, like way over there. So anyway, are you finally ready to open up to me?
I think I can tell you now. I was born here, in Shadowlair. It didn't take long for the source to find me. I think you had already left. Or I was too young, and you were too old for us to be together.
Well, I think older men can be with younger women, and younger women can be with older men as long as they're two consenting adults and as long as they're within age of consent range. In my country, I think it's like 18, but I like it to be 21 or older just in case, just to get that ooiness out of the way. But yeah, in the end, like the world's crappy enough as it is. Whoever you want to be with, like I said, as long as you meet the stipulations, I don't care what you do. So, But anyway, what were you doing in the camp?
How did you end up in Abundance in that case?
My master at the time had to go fight, of course, and he wanted to take me with him. The source wanted to refuse, but he had tremendous influence. I found myself on a battlefield, and I was horribly afraid. I think I panicked, and we were separated.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Go on.
Go on, I'm listening.
I was so afraid I fell into a trench. Some men from Abundance came towards me. They were laughing. I think they liked the look of me. And then their officer showed up. It was Sean. He seemed really strict. In fact, he was furious with his men. He helped me get up and kept me near him. I know that he had to fight to keep me. That's why he was sent from the front and ended up in Camp 19.
I mean, Mary's a cute design for a girl. I mean, yeah, she's creepy and weird in her own way, but I mean, she's a bit waifish, I'll admit. But yeah, I could see like that's why people would like her. But yeah, she makes an interesting thing about Sean. Like, even though we beat Sean, it seems like despite them having a master relationship or a relationship, and almost like maybe a master slash slave relationship, it seems like he generally cared for Mary. That's probably why she went bonkers and tried to, well, not bonkers. She legitimately tried to kill us originally because we killed Sean, even though he was in our way. It was one of those things. So it wasn't like, oh, we didn't get a chance to talk. It's just we were prisoners and he was trying to beat us and we killed him. So yeah, I mean, other than what we know from Mary, we don't know much about Sean. He could have been a real evil person, but I mean, there were some creepy scenes at the beginning when he was messing with Mary, but like I said, the way she reacts is like she gives him a maybe rose-colored glasses when it comes to him. But then again, you know, they say sometimes when it comes to certain relationships, sometimes despite what they do to you, you still paint them in a positive light despite them hurting you. So it's hard to say. Very a lot of mature themes in this game. Why hide him away?
Talk to me about it.
I was afraid you'd abandon me to the source. Of course, there are good masters there, but there are also... Anyway, I often served them when I was very young.
Talking about themes? Yeah, she served him all right. Ew. Yeah, let's not think about it too much. I'm sorry, Mary.
Listen, I'm sorry, Mary. I know some girls are abused, but anyway, it's over now. You're free of them.
Free to make your own decisions. But anyway, let's ask this question again and just choose a different response just to get the extra dialogue. I see. Let's talk about something else.
In the end, you went through what lots of other soldiers went through too. You were just luckier. Let's get back to my other questions.
I mean, skill does help. Skill and training does help surviving in a battlefield, but you'd be surprised how often it really just comes down to luck. Like, you know, as powerful as you are, a bullet's still going to kill you, you know. But anyway, yeah, Mary is an odd name because isn't she from Abundance? Shouldn't she have a virtue name?
You must have a virtue name. Mary's not your real name, is it?
Right. I was called Mercy, but the name no longer means anything to me. Even if Sean used me, he helped me live again. He stopped me from going insane. He's the one who called me Mary. Just like the rags I'm wearing, I want to keep the name.
I understand. I'm not going to lecture you about changing your name.
I was about to say, shouldn't she change her clothes because it could be cold, but it's Mars. Except Mars will still be cold at night. But anyway, yeah, whatever. It's just, you know, it just looks different from other people. Although I kind of wish you could put her in her old dress just because I like that one as well. But it makes sense. You know, it's a transformation, as it were.
Let's get back to my other questions.
Anyway,
I want to tell you something else.
Yeah, let's have her come with us, and then we'll...
Come with me. I'd like to have you with me.
It would be a pleasure. I prefer it when I'm with you.
I do like her as a companion, just like a combat companion. However, because of how erratic her abilities are, it makes it hard to like... On easier modes, there's no problem, but on harder difficulties, you don't want to take that extra damage if you can help it, so...
Roy, I've given a great deal of thought about what you said to me. How it's for me to decide who I offer myself to. I really like you. You're really nice to me, and for the first time, when I'm with you, I feel like I'm not just something men wish to devour. If you want to, I certainly would. But I don't mean just physically. I want to be with you, truly.
So, what you mean all men are cannibals? They want to eat you? No, I'm just kidding. But to complete the quest, we must say, I do, too.
You're not just saying that to save your own skin anymore. We've been hoping this would happen.
And thus the romance plot in this game is relegated to a side quest. And by doing that, we've come together with Mary and get 5,000 experience for doing that. That's pretty much the only reason I did that, just because No, I like the quest, but anyway, yeah, and you automatically fail the other quest because, yeah, like I said, it's not like a Jedi Empire situation where you can get all the ladies and be in one big happy family. There doesn't change too much dialogue. I think there's some extra dialogue near the end of the game if you're in a relationship, like near the epilogue and all that, but that's pretty much it. So, but anyway, let's reload the game and do the Judy path instead. We'll still talk to Mary to kind of finish the dialogue talk, but we won't do much more with her. So let's talk to Judy now.
Roy, I can't get innocence.
Oh, right,
but...
we already talked to her about that part. So, all right, let's ask her some questions.
I wanted to know.
And for Judy, you just have to basically be aware to be nice to her. Otherwise, it is possible to fail her romance plot. But most of the options are pretty obvious, like which ones you have to choose. There's a few weird ones that could work, but yeah, let's praise her at the beginning.
I never met a woman like you before. So full of passion and so beautiful.
I wasn't expecting that. But thank you, Roy. I don't know if I'm beautiful or not, but as for the passion, that part's true. And I think I'm kind of proud of it. But what are you telling me that for?
It's always interesting in stories like that where like a lady says that like, oh, I'm not beautiful, even though they could be the hottest girl in the game or movie or whatever, and you're like, what, are you insane? But you'd be surprised at how many like attractive people don't think they're actually attractive because of either the way they've been grown up, raised, or they have they have self-doubt and all this other stuff. So it's actually not as crazy as you think. That's why makeup's a thing, and therapy and all this other stuff, and yeah, it's a myriad of loveliness. But anyway, yeah, I want to see your reaction. No, it's just what I think.
It's what I think, that's all. And I felt like saying it.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. You're not that bad either. But I don't think this is really the place to talk about that kind of thing, is it?
I mean, we're at the base, so why not? I'm not that bad, huh? So, anyway, have you ever been to Green Hope?
Did you ever go to Green Hope?
No. During the war, I wasn't in the sector. And before, well, that was Abundance. Heard what happened here, of course, but I guess you know as much as me.
I guess I do. All right, what's Marco's problem with me?
What's Marco's problem with me?
Marco lost his family in the Technomancer's jail. Like all of us. Of course, that's not really a good enough reason, but he can be very hard. He doesn't forgive easily, and basically for him, all Technomancers are executioners.
I mean, it's a legit hatred sometimes. Like if your whole life you've seen these people as this one thing. I mean, whether it's right or not, I guess it's perspective. But anyway, I lost someone close to me too.
He forgets that I lost someone close to me too.
I don't think he really realizes just how close you and Innocence were. Don't be angry with him. You'll get him to change his mind.
We'll see, I guess. Get on well with Marco.
You're not like him. You get along well anyway?
It's true we don't always agree on things, but we do have the same vision, Roy. And that vision is far more important than our differences.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but the one true question is, are you and he...
Were you ever involved?
Because I'm a woman and he's a man, you don't think we can share a vision without sleeping together? Get real. We've never slept together. To be honest, he's not my type. But why are you asking?
I just like being creepy like that, but no, I just wanted to see if you were free.
I basically wanted to know if I had a rival or not.
Straight to the point. Just remember, Marco's nowhere near the only man on Mars, or in the Resistance. But if you're asking if I'm single, well, yes, I am. And you?
I mean, it'd be hard to be in a relationship when you're in a group that possibly could die at any point due to like the wars, Abundance, or whatever. So, or Aurora, but obviously, if you want to shut this thing down, you can choose the obvious. But no, I'm free as a bird.
There's nobody. I never really had the chance to meet someone since I escaped from the camp.
I should have guessed. My word. No, forget it. Let's talk about something else.
I don't know if that's like the perfect response, but I like choosing that one just because it's more entertaining. So, how'd you join up?
How did you become part of the Resistance?
I didn't get here by chance, anyway. It was a choice. My choice. When I got back from the war, I saw what was going on here, and I didn't wait a second. I got together with my former war buddies, who were as angry as me, and we made ourselves a little cell. Then Marco got in touch with us so we could join forces. You know the rest.
A cell? Like a perfect cell? Yes, but you're very brave.
So you started a cell on your own? That takes guts.
Thank you, Roy. But in fact, I couldn't do anything else. I would have gone crazy if I didn't do something.
People need something to do in their lives, otherwise, yeah, it would be a very boring existence. But the Resistance's ideas.
What does the Resistance really stand for?
At first, we were just about fighting a government that had betrayed its own by assassinating the militia. But later, other ideas started popping up. There was especially the fact that the people should be able to choose their dowser and representatives, so crimes like that would never happen again. They say that on Earth, that's what it was like in lots of countries.
Well, yeah, it was, and democracy is not bad, but the only problem with democracy is that it only works if all of its citizens are involved and work with the system. I mean, yeah, the idea is to vote for a representative, but you got to keep your representative on their toes and vote them out if they don't do it or whatever. Most people just vote them in and then just vote for the same person over and over and over again, even though they don't do anything or don't do more than that they should or could. You know, it's like even in my country, only 40% of our population actually vote in any type of election to affect it. So yeah, we could easily make a change if everyone did it, but most people choose not to because they don't believe in their own system or they think it's like, you know, worthless or hopeless. And yeah, that's it. That's the same in a lot of democratic countries. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. But anyway, that would be wonderful.
Seems almost crazy, but it's a beautiful idea. With regularly elected representatives, the people would be sure to gain more freedom.
And imagine how things would change. No more bosses on one side, proletariat on the other. There would only be responsible citizens. Roy, together we can unseat the tyranny of the Dowser's dictatorship and create a new society. It won't be easy, but is there anything more worth fighting for? You shouldn't get me started. You'll never shut me up now. Let's talk about something else.
And it ended up just repeating itself because there'd always be someone on one side who'd eventually gain enough influence and then make their own little group within that group. And then, you know, anyway. I gotta stop talking about that. About Innocence?
He wasn't with you long, but I'd like you to tell me what he did while he was here.
I'd love to. Right at the start, Marco asked him to carry messages. Sounds easy, but it can be dangerous. He did really well. He got fake IDs to groups being hunted by the Technomancers, couriered authorizations, and even resistance tracks.
He did all this while he was gone from our group. I think it was only like a couple of hours that we were gone away from him. He did all that? Man, time is wibbly wobbly. It's ever flowing. It never has. Yeah, but anyway, what happened after that?
What else did he do?
Marco ended up trusting him and recognized his bravery. He asked him to infiltrate the military base. We needed to contact certain soldiers without being seen. And he's how we learned about the train, too. Even if I almost regret it. I really liked him, Roy. He was both fragile and full of strength. He wore his name well, which is not something you see too often.
Thanks for telling me all that, Judy. It's good to hear what he did with you and that he was among friends.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that the game presents Innocence as almost he was going to be the main character, but it ends up being Roy, and then he ends up, if you choose the Resistance, he dies. You're like, wait, what? So, this game does some twists on you, that's for sure. Where are you from?
Where do you come from, Judy?
I was born in Vauldemare. Ever been there? It's a pretty small city. Life's good there. I came to Shadowlair to join up. I stayed here a bit, long enough to learn how to use a weapon, and then I went to the front. Since I got back, I've gotten to know the place better.
Yeah, it's always good to learn a farmer's dart. I knew it. And do you like it?
You like this place?
To be perfectly honest, I went into shock when I first got here. The social disparities are way different from back home. But in the end, I understood that Shadowlair is a fantastic melting pot.
It's the great American melting pot. The great American melting pot. No one's probably going to remember that. I'm old, folks, by the way. Were you in the war?
You said you were in the war.
Yeah, I wanted to enlist. I didn't just want to stay in Vauldemare with everyone else fighting. So I figured I'd become a soldier too, to defend Aurora.
Yeah. A woman in the war? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And were you?
What corps were you in?
I was in the Rangers, and I got lucky. Lots of us got taken prisoner real early, but I trained hard, and I was pretty good at it. So I only got back to Shadowlair after the fighting was over. Pretty much about the time of the Battle of Green Hope. I would have been sent out again, I figure, if Abundance hadn't asked for the ceasefire. And you?
You missed the big fight, but nah, I was just a soldier.
I fought on a few different shadow lines as a grunt. Nothing special. The war and all its shit-covered glory.
But with skills like yours, you could have been a lot more, couldn't you? I guess you wanted to keep a low profile. I get that.
Some people want to be like that. They just want to be well left alone. He's like, I have my power, but I'd rather just kind of flow through life. What do you think of the Dowser?
What do you think of our Dowser?
To be honest, during the war he was my hero. He was incredible, an amazing strategist, and he gave us hope when we thought we were goners. At the time he made us so many promises. Then he went and broke them all. I really thought he was going to give the people more freedom. That's why we fought so hard. All that to take out the militia as soon as we got back from the front. It killed me. Now I hate him.
I guess the adage of don't meet your heroes is true here, so I know how you feel.
I understand completely. Even if I was in camp when he became the Dowser, I felt the hope he brought, and I saw the despair when I got back.
Thank you, Roy. That's it exactly. But let's change the subject. This is depressing.
It is quite depressing. But anyway, after talking to Judy, we can now get the next objective to talk to her in camp. So, but we get one more question from her before the romance dialogue kicks in.
I'm glad we see things the same way when it comes to our enemies.
What do you mean?
We don't need to kill the ones we fight and beat. I think that's a real strength.
This dialogue comes if you have good reputation. If you have bad reputation, she says something obviously different. So, but yeah, that's absolutely right.
I see things the same way. Why kill him?
If only everyone thought like us.
To be honest, the only character that really has a different, that like almost says you probably should have a bad reputation is Tenacity. He actually gives you kind of more interesting response, but everyone else is too goody-goody. No, I'm just kidding. All right. No, nothing. And then, now that we talked to her again.
Roy, I need to talk to you.
I'm listening.
I don't know how it happened, but I've fallen in love with you. I wanted to tell you before the fighting and all that.
Oh, well, sorry, babe. I'm not taking your confession. No, I love you. To complete this side quest, I have to say, I love you too, Jody, Jody, Jody.
I feel the same way, Judy. Why don't we fall in love for a couple of minutes? Or a lifetime?
And after we consummate our love, we complete the quest and get 5,000 experience. Yay! Doing the deed is a side quest. I don't think a relationship should ever be a side quest at any game because it kind of defeats the purpose of the relationship building. But that's just that. This is this company's first. I think it's one of their first games, so you can't really knock them too badly for that. So I think we have enough time to do the actual story of the game, so let's do that before we call it an episode. Yeah, like I said, the animatic is the same for either one. At least in Mass Effect, they had different animatics for like each romance, and stuff like that, and a different result. But like I said, that's a AAA company. This is only a AA company or A company that's trying to do AAA, so that's the best you're gonna get. So I appreciate it, even if like I said, it was part of a side quest. So. Anyway, let's head to the work site and sabotage this place, so it'll hurt all the technomancers and everything like that. So I think there's some enemies on the other side, so prepare for a fight. Oh, let's see. No, okay. I was thinking for a second. All right. Let's see. Okay, we got a couple of whoops. Got a bunch of Aurora soldiers and one gunner, whatever you want to call him. All right, let's finish this guy off. Sand him in the face. Aw, come on, man. Alright, fine. I just want to get some more damage out of you. Stop it. There we go. Alright. Bam. Sand in the face. Yeah, I just love the fact that the sand in the face is so useful even by the end of the game as a free ability. They could have easily been like, you know, at some point make everyone have masks and be immune to it by the end of the game. Although they wouldn't do that mainly because it is an ability you can get like to level up. So still, you'd be surprised how often some games, you know, eventually nerf certain abilities later on. Kind of reminds me of was it Force Unleashed or whatever, where in a game like that, having a lightsaber should kill everyone, but then at some point they made it where people either had energy shields or people just took more than one hit and all this other stuff. You're like, oh man, you ruined the fun of it. But anyway, let's grab all the stuff from these guys. Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. It gets a little bit more difficult later on, but not that much. Alright, let's see. Where's the other guys? Alright, scrap metal. And see this door. Let's see. I mean, we could. There is a couple fights we could skip on our way here, but I'm gonna go ahead. I think this one. If we jump down there, we can sneak on them. Oh, there we go. I was wondering why I was trying to go down here. Okay, get some nail gun ammo. And then let me go this way. Let's see. I have to be careful when I look at the map because sometimes I'll accidentally, bypass something like this or whatever. So, and yeah, unfortunately, there's no extra dialogue after you after the relationship is completed with any of the girls. Not like not like their dad an extra line of dialogue, showing their affection or something like that. Nope, it's just oh, that's it, and we go back to normal. So I like it in games if you do have a activated relationship, the dialogue slightly changes. I think. Actually, early BioWare used to do this. Actually, BioWare technically still did it, but BioWare did that in their games. Like if you, like in Dragon Age, if you, hit the relationship, then it would, then there would be dialogue change from either the main character or the characters, or some of the side characters would notice, and they'd be like, oh, they pointed out, they're like, oh, you're together, huh, or whatever. So, I don't know. Oh, did we kill him without alerting everyone? Huh. Neat. I know sometimes it's possible not to do it. It's just usually have to. Oh, what? What? Who? Where? Oh, dang it! Oh, well, whatever. Alright, he's behind me, so I can't. I'll get this guy. Don't shoot me in the face, dude! You shot Marv in the face. I think there's a Technomancer there too. I think I heard him. So. All right. Oh, ouch! You hit me. Here, Mary, you deal with him. Okay. Nope. Ow. Ow, that was close. Whew. There we go. Got him. Why did they make some of the more powerful characters of the game susceptible to sand? You'd think they make the Technomancers at least highly resistant to it, but nope. Uh-oh. But anyway, if we beat the Technomancer, he drops the Yard key, which helps us. Oh, we just automatically get it grabbed, huh? Okay, anyway. Alright, let's get these guys. That wasn't too bad. And there should be an item here pretty soon that'll give us our final equipment. Because you know how I said there's one final armor we can get the... oh, I forgot what it's called now. But anyway, should be not around... I'm trying to remember exactly. Actually, it might be in that one pathway that I didn't take yet. I think it's over here, if I recall. Here it is over here. Yeah, we get the Technician's outfit. I think that's the final armor in the game. But yeah, if you go through there, it just ties in that one area. But anyway, the Technician's armor has... let's see. Has the its thing is the physical damage is slightly higher than the leather armor, and it has maximum health of 25. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. So I want to make this one the physical reduction one. This armor has the strong alloy thing you can craft, which raises your physical damage reduction to the highest. It's not going to be the most useful against Technomancers because it has no energy resistance, but I think I like having something that's just straight up protection against damage, so I don't want to get hit as much. So, and if you play your cards right, you can avoid electrical damage to an extent. Technomancer is a little bit more difficult to do, but you can still avoid it if you're lucky. Anyway, got a couple of guys here. All right, now there's everyone. Oh, there's the Technomancer there. Nope, ouch. Okay, got you. Ah. Hey, don't hit me. Let's get this going if I can. Oh, nope. Yeah, I wish you could do it like a little bit faster, but oh well. Oh no! Ooh. Okay. I was about to say it shouldn't be that hard. Wait, did I? Oh, he got stunned. That's right. I was like, for a second, I was like, I didn't sand him. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, I have a small chance when I crit with lightning that I can stun him. That's what that little symbol is. The symbol that was kind of like a heart or whatever, or not heart, like a sun or something like that. So, need to wait for him to drop his shield. Oof. Okay. Thanks for that, Mary. Or Judy. I don't know why I said Mary. But yeah, once again, the Technomancer can be stunned. I don't know how he's able to still do that ability while he's stunned, but whatever. And the stun for the sand lasts forever. It's crazy. It's just kind of funny. Judy keeps like, or any of your companions get hit by it. So, all right, not too bad though. Like I said, and obviously I would have taken less damage from those batons if I had the electrical resistance on, but I didn't. So. I'll keep the other armor just for the electrical resistance, but yeah, I think as far as I'm aware of, I mean, there might be another set of armor, but as far as I'm aware of, this is the last armor of the game, so. Not the best, actually it might be the best armor, because there is the Aurora armor, but it can't be customized, so. Anyway, well, what's this?
So that's it. A whole mess of pre-turmoil artifacts. Kind of explains the Technomancer's excitement.
Do you think they're the reason for the fighting at Green Hope?
The Technomancers love stuff from before the catastrophe. If they knew it was here before the war, that's completely possible.
This is horrifying. How could anyone send so many hundreds of people to their deaths for a few pieces of twisted metal?
They keep hoping to find something to control people and increase their power in these bits of metal. And most of the time, they do.
Well, I mean, Calypso sent people to fight in a car death race for wishes, so why not scrap some metal? No, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, people send people to war for lesser reasons. You should read human history. It's not good! Just because of some of the dumb crap in it. I wonder if I'll actually be able to stealth this guy. Sometimes I actually get, when I play this, sometimes I just straight up get caught. I mean, not that I didn't build up my sabotage tree enough to like really get a ton of damage from stealthing. The only problem is that on expert mode, you can't. On easier difficulties, if you max out your sabotage, you can kill people with a sneak attack with that much damage. But unfortunately, because I'm in expert mode, I don't do enough damage. So, frick. Yeah. Luckily, he's also oh. I was about to say, luckily he has no goggles either. I think actually everyone in this fight doesn't have goggles. Keeping my camera towards him so that guy will. Oh, that was close. Oh, whew. Okay. Now we got it. that was a little scary there. I actually almost died. I was hoping not to use a heal injector if I could help it. I mean, I bought some heal injectors off screen, so since I had a bit more money. I've actually got a lot of extra money. I just realized. So I used it to buy like a bunch of nail gun ammo, heal injectors, balloon injectors. I might end up buying a few more heal and fluid ejector. So I do have the money, but there'll be a spot in the game where you're basically like, this is when you need to do it, because there is like an endpoint where you can't go to any shops, and I'll tell you when that is. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sand him. Show off Judy's abilities. Yeah, if she's ranged, she'll throw like knives at him, or she'll stab him with like, that saber thing. All right, let's check bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor, baby. No, let's check all the bodies around here. Get some free stuff. All right, let's grab some treasure. Well, sort of treasure. I don't know. In this world, treasure would be like water. But it helps us make our stuff. So, yeah, I've got so much equipment and items. I probably oversaved for expert mode, because like I said, expert mode really isn't that super difficult in the I mean, it is, but you know what I mean, like comparatively to other expert modes in games. Like it's easier because it's a bit nicer when it comes to like its autosaves and stuff like that. So yeah, I probably should have over the course of the game probably spent more healing fluids, but it's always that case. I'm always afraid I'll never have enough resources, and then by the end of the game I have too many resources. Same as happens in Resident Evil with me as well. But anyway, let's sabotage this thing. Ew, look at that. But anyway, it's time to leave this place and head on back to Marco. But what awaits us back at Marco's thing? What other crazy missions will the Resistance give us? Will Marco turn out to be a great leader, or will he just be a shug bug in this case? We'll find out what happens next time in the next episode of Mars Warlogs. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.